Good morning and welcome back. We're taking another look at guncalendars.com. Today is June 9th and we have a couple of things to look at. First, let's take a look and say happy birthday to Julianne Versnel, who is the mom of Andrew Gottlieb and wife of Alan Gottlieb. She is the Director of Operations at the Second Amendment Foundation, publisher of a couple of magazines, and on the executive committee of organizations as well. I think we got to learn, at least I got to learn a lot more about Julianne last year at the Gun Rights Policy Conference in Phoenix when she introduced Andrew. It was pretty cool. So happy birthday to Julianne. June 9th is her birthday. It is also the anniversary of a battle that happened in Vietnam. I don't keep a lot of military battles in the calendar. When we first started the calendar, I had added a few and I leave them in here, but the goal isn't to make this a military-oriented calendar. There are some military anniversaries and holidays, of course, because we want to acknowledge and promote those. But these battles are in here because they were interesting or pivotal. And this one is just a lot of these things, once you read into them, there's always significant individuals or actions with almost anything that happens when you start taking a microscope to it. But this one is not unique, but definitely the kind of stuff that would seem against all odds. It was in 1965, a battle in Vietnam, and one of those situations, if I remember it correctly, where after the fact or with hindsight, you might say, why would you even put people into this situation? But it was a camp that was, unfortunately, often the case, a camp that was well beyond enemy lines, very difficult to keep secure, and it would go back and forth quite a bit. So something like 400 and something plus Cambodians and South Vietnamese raided this base or little area, and with 9 Seabees and 11 Green Berets, battle ensued, and it took over the evening, and no one was happy at the end. But the Battle of Xoai, if I'm saying that right, one of the few battles that we have in the calendar. Our goal here isn't to I don't know. Like I mentioned, our idea here was to include some, but not make it a battle calendar. Let us know in the comments what you think of the philosophy there. If you'd like to see more or less of that kind of stuff. Thanks to our Patreons that allow us to keep Second Amendment history alive and progressing, at least our ability to share it, progressing with the websites, with the previews like this, with the videos, and with other projects. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it's a pretty interesting platform that allows us to help participate in the creation of content that wouldn't normally follow a standard recipe for funding. It's like PBS or public access mixed together, except on the internet. And all kinds of interesting stuff is being done. Let us know in the comments what you think. And as always, thanks for watching.